Welcome to my review of the live-action Mulan, which is now streaming on Disney Plus for a certain price because it's 2020. This one is directed by Niki, Caro, and it stars Yifei. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So now that I've seen it, let's find out if the live-action take on the Chinese legend brings honor to us all. Just like in the original film, we follow a young Chinese maiden who disguises herself as a male warrior in order to save her father from serving in the army and most likely be killed in battle. Just yesterday I reviewed the original Mulan. It's up on my channel right now if you want to check it out. And I was extremely excited for this film. I am a person who enjoys most of the Disney live-action remakes so far, and seeing the trailers for this film made me very excited. And visually, it did not disappoint. Niki Caro's direction is impressive throughout. She can handle very well the dramatic moments, the more intense moments, and the big scope moments as well. The way she handles action and big battle sequences is extremely well handled. And the cinematography is tremendous as well. This film looks beautiful throughout. Again, from the action sequences to the more intimate moments where you get to sit and linger on certain emotional sequences with our characters. It's very well handled. I really enjoy this film on a visual standpoint. And Harry Gregson Williams' score for this film is awe-inspiring. There are a lot of callbacks to songs and even parts of the score by Jerry Goldsmith from the original in this film. Some lines even throughout the film call back to that, since there's a lot from that animated movie that has been taken away. And they do a really good job at paying homage to it, but being its own thing. That's the best thing this film has going for it. It is its own thing. It is based clearly on the same type of story with the same type of characters and kind of the same struggles that our character goes through, but it is its own unique thing. I know that that's the main complaint that other people have had towards the Disney live-action remake so far. I've enjoyed when they stuck to the original story, but I also enjoy when they can become its own thing. You can like both things. Yifei Liu as Mulan is also incredible. I don't think this is her debut performance. I think she's pretty big in China. I just haven't seen before, but she really impressed me throughout this film. Donnie as well, he's awesome. I always love seeing him commanding the army, and you can tell that they're betting on him for the action sequences, because a lot of the time when there's a lot of hand-to-hand combat, the camera just lingers on him and it doesn't stay away. Gong is also really good. I was really surprised not only by her, but how the film handles her character in terms of the story and her arc. She's very similar to Mulan, but whereas one is a prime example of what one should strive to be, she is the worst possible version of what Mulan could become. And now for the negatives, because on a technical aspect, this film is great, and everyone in it, as far as acting is concerned, is really, really great. Even Jason Scott Lee as the villain and Jet Li as the Emperor. As far as story is concerned, there are certain decisions that I was not behind. I think it takes a lot away from what is behind in terms of themes from not even the original movie, but just the legend itself. And it comes down, unfortunately, to the character of Mulan herself. The film makes a decision, and this might be a spoiler even though it's clear from the very beginning, so if you don't want any spoilers, just move on to this timestamp over here. Mulan in this film has superpowers. She has chi, and she needs to unleash her chi. So her journey in this film, instead of being a woman who seeks acceptance and seeks to prove herself worthy of being in the army and prove herself just an equal to men, her power is what makes her special. So instead of just proving her worth as a woman and proving that you are an equal to everyone else, you have to have powers. You have to have a chi. And it's funny because that works for our villain in this film played by Gong, but it doesn't work for Mulan, because what made her special was that she struggled and she overcame her struggles. Physical, mental, psychological. Even from the very beginning, the film shows her prowess as a fighter. And when she gets to the army, she's not any weaker than anyone else. Don't get me wrong, she has struggles throughout her training sequences and when they're training to go into battle, but she's pretty much on par with the rest of her soldiers. She still has to keep a secret that she is a woman, and that creates a little bit of a struggle. But as far as physical struggle, there's not much there, and I feel that takes a lot away from the character and her journey in this film. Because the rest of the soldiers are also struggling as well, but she has no more, no less struggles than they do, so it doesn't make her victories all that more meaningful in this film. And on an overall viewpoint, the film works on an instant gratification mechanism. The film doesn't want you to linger a lot on things that the characters have to go through. The film has characters be wrong, then hearing something or seeing something that could help them improve in their struggle, and immediately they become better at it because they take that advice or try that different strategy, and then they're just better. It doesn't feel like the film wants a build-up. It just has a setup and then immediately a payoff to get the story going. So you don't really feel those most emotional moments. Not that you don't feel anything at all. I gotta say, the ending of the film, I think it's awesome. There are emotional sequences near the end of the film, from second act into third act. They're really, really well done for what it is. I just think that the film could have been so much better if you had time to be with these characters as they were struggling and not have them struggle and then immediately the following scene have them succeed at what they were struggling with. While awe-inspiring and magnificent on virtually every technical aspect, writing-wise I think this film lets itself down quite a bit. I think it does a disservice to the story of Mulan, the character herself, and the story that she goes through. I think it does a disservice to every little girl who will watch this film wanting to be inspired by Mulan and then just finding out that you have to have powers and be special for you to succeed at what she was trying to succeed with. I might have come across a little harsh, don't get me wrong, this film is enjoyable and I probably will watch it again. It's just that story-wise, I think this film lost the message that it had from the beginning. I'm giving the live-action Mulan a C+. Thank you so much for watching, my beautiful geekies. You are the best. Stay tuned for my review of I'm Thinking of Ending Things, and do check out my spoiler-free review of the first 3 episodes of The Boys, which are now on Amazon Prime. So I hope you enjoy this series, and I hope you enjoy my review. Thank you so much, and so until the next video, don't forget to stay beautiful, stay geeky, and of course, do please like, share, and subscribe, because it really helps me and the channel out. But most importantly, above everything else, forever and always, love each other, and love the movies.